Well, hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of our friends around the world that are watching this episode of Chat with Carlos. Today, I'm very happy. I'm here with one of my best friends and one of our partners here at Matrix International, Dr. Carlos Montaña, broadcasting live from Dubai, the United Arab Emirates. Today, we're going to be talking about AI, artificial intelligence, and it's becoming an absolute necessary tool for basically any business of any size to grow and succeed in this new economy. No doubt about it. So, to talk about his company and AI, Dr. Montaña, please introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Thank you, Carlos. So, as you said, we've known each other for many, many years. So it's not necessary to call me Dr. Montaña. It will sound a bit funny to the audience, but we can just chat from Carlos to Carlos or Carlos Q. Well, yes, I'm originally trained as an industrial designer in Colombia. And after around 8 years of working in industry as an industrial designer and product designer in different industries, I moved to academia. I taught in Medellin in EAFIT University for a couple of years while I was actually working with Organización Corona in Colombia. And afterwards, I applied to scholarships from the Japanese government in Japan, and I got them, and that's where I did my master's and afterwards my PhD in design. After Japan, I went full-time into academia, worked as an assistant professor in the National University of Singapore. After Singapore, then moved to Australia as an associate professor in the University of Canberra. There, well, I actually became an Australian citizen. And afterwards, 8 years ago, I came to Dubai initially to open a new design university with MIT and Parsons. And recently I moved institutions, and currently I'm the program coordinator of new media design in Rochester Institute of Technology, Dubai. In parallel to my academic work, I've always been also in contact with industry, not only doing my private and personal consultancies as a designer, consultancies in design and innovation, but also starting a few startups or going through, let's say, the journey of entrepreneurship. And that's, I guess, in a nutshell, my background.
Wow, that's awesome. A very long resume for sure, and with many accolades. So congratulations, as always. But now let's talk about this new venture of yours and something that I'm very proud to be a part of. And it's your new company, Intel Research. It's an AI startup with a diverse mix of products and services related to artificial intelligence for small, medium, and large businesses. So why did you decide to open this business, and why the US? Why did you decide to bring it to the US, work with us, with Matrix, and create this enterprise, AI enterprise here in the US?
Let's first start with why AI. And as probably everybody knows nowadays, we're in the age of AI. And AI is completely revolutionizing our world. All jobs are going to be affected, some more than others, but we're seeing how AI is penetrating absolutely everything in our lives. And it's a great tool. It's making us much, much more productive. So with AI, we can streamline communications, enhance productivity, offer customized services. We have generative AI. We can produce very quickly text. We can produce very quickly images, videos. It basically potentiates our creativity. Why the US? Well, basically, the US is still a massive economy. It's also very, very connected to Latin America. It's all part of America, North America, Central and South America. And it is still a very strategic place to have businesses, as you will know, with Matrix International and with all your clients.
That's amazing, and obviously serving clients from all over the world, which are users of AI technologies and solutions. Now,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
let me ask you something, Carlos. What areas you think are going to be areas of economy, areas of business, of jobs in general? What areas you think are going to be more impacted by artificial intelligence, AI?
So maybe let's start by let's say demystifying this idea that AI is going to take away all of our jobs. I don't necessarily think that AI is going to take away all of our jobs. But one thing that many people say, researchers in academia or people from industry, is that people that use AI will, of course, have a competitive advantage versus the people that do not use AI. And nowadays, it will probably be like 20 years ago, when the internet, many people were very skeptical about using the internet or even using mobile phones, late adopters. But as we see the technology is evolving nowadays, none of us can live without the internet or live without a mobile phone. And what we are seeing is that in the future, AI is going to become something like this. We are going to have to use AI, want it or not, because it's really a massive tool.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's changing. It's changing everything. It's a cultural, economic, social shift that probably human beings haven't seen in a long time, or maybe ever. Who knows? But going back to the economic impact and the sort of the business impact, many of our clients, as you may know, are not necessarily very large companies. Most of the Matrix International clients are either medium or sometimes small companies, startups that are, starting their processes here in the U.S. Sometimes they're well established in their countries, but they're starting their U.S. or international operation through their company in the U.S. So the question that I get a lot is AI relegated only to large enterprises, or can smaller or medium-sized companies use it, take advantage of it, and how?
That's a very good point. And I would say that definitely AI is not just for large companies, and potentially it's even more difficult to implement AI tools in large companies. AI is so versatile that it can improve small and medium-sized companies in amazing ways that we're just starting to explore. The AI can improve operations, enhance customer experiences, help the small businesses stay competitive. So I think that definitely all small and medium enterprises or small and medium businesses must jump into the bandwidth of AI. In many cases, some of the AI tools can replace people that might not only create human error, but that might also be more expensive to run, especially again when we're talking about small enterprises or bootstrapped enterprises that are just starting. Definitely, small and medium businesses can use AI-driven chatbots for customer surveys, analytics to track and monitor the growth of the company, the sales of the company, automating workflows, because many small companies grow very organically, but we need to automate processes, procedures, workflows, so AI can help with that. Marketing and customer insights, of course, to get some data analytics. We know that there's many tools that, for example, Google provides, but the new AI tools can provide even more information and can process all this information to hopefully tailor marketing campaigns or predict customer needs. Also, in terms of marketing, automating marketing campaigns with new tools, which, for example, for surveys or simply for sending information to the customers and updating the customers about the company's services or products. Improved customer support, and we already discussed that, but this is something definitely that all companies independent of size are looking to. Operational efficiency and automation, especially inventory management, data entries, invoice processing, scheduling. All of these labor accounting can be reduced a lot with AI, and there's many different platforms that are offering this. So that's where companies like Sintel Research does all this work for our clients, and we integrate the best tools available in the market to tailor them to the needs of especially small and medium enterprises.
Almost limitless,
That's
even
right.
for small or medium-sized companies. So yeah, you either jump on the AI wagon or be left behind. It's something as revolutionary and necessary, like as you said, the internet back in the 2000s. You either
Yes.
get on the bandwagon or do something else, because it's happening. It's going to happen. Now,
Yes.
something that I'm really curious about, and I would love to hear your updates, is what exactly is Sintel Research working on? What are your ideas, your products, your services that are actually being developed, if it's obviously not highly confidential, that you can share with our friends from our community?
Well, actually, it's highly confidential. So I'm kidding. No, basically,
Some
we
things
are.
are highly confidential for sure.
Of course, some things are
Yes.
highly confidential, but the general projects that we're developing can be discussed, of course. What we do is basically that we do the research and we test many different tools and to create integrations of these different tools and to cater them for the specific needs of our clients. So we're basically offering AI-based products like PIA, which is a personal interactive assistant. And these tools are basically to optimize resources, improve communication. They have different outputs. So we basically take different artificial intelligence tools, connect them together, and let's say propose different outcomes. And of course, in a way, as a think tank, we're trying to, and as designers, as user-centered designers, and looking into the market, we're trying to imagine what are the potential uses of AI in the future. For example, the personalization of the experience of people in hotels. And we are actually literally developing some beta tests in the tourism industry. How can we tap, for example, on other resources like generative AI? Can we create customized videos? Can we play with avatars? Of course, always thinking about improving people's lives and creating solutions that solve problems for people, and that again, where AI can help us.
I was just curious about, you mentioned hotels, the whole industry that is in dire need of a revolution in many ways. But specifically, what is PIA doing for the hotel industry? What is this new application that you're mentioning about working with hotels?
Of course. So basically, what we're trying to do is to be able to personalize the user experience, the experience of the clients as much as possible, offering them the best service, but of course, with the AI tool. So we're creating this personal assistant who can, let's say, in a way, talk or chat with the client, where let's say the different needs and wants of the client can be verified, where the offers of the hotels can also be verified and updated. Is like a digital butler, a digital personalized butler for each individual client. And for this butlers, and not just a chatbot, we are creating avatars. We are creating, let's say, these digital butlers that will help,
like in human shape, that they actually talk to the clients and the guests with human form. How do you do that?
Yes.
That's great.
Well, how we do it is actually the secret sauce, the
Of course,
industrial secret. But again, it's basically about tapping on all these generative technologies that can produce video, that can produce audio, or that can produce images, and basically trying to seamlessly integrate them into the workflows of the hotel and tourism industry. So there's a lot of personal information being gathered. But if the clients input some of these specific information to improve their experience, then we're creating outputs specifically tailored for each individual client. It's basically the hyper personalization,
yes,
and customization of the information for each client with the use of AI.
A true exceptional personal experience for each guest that,
Yes.
back in the day could have been performed by many people working on a team, taking care of the client, but now it can all be done through an avatar. That's amazing. That is quite incredible.
Yes.
But a follow-up
Yes.
question to that, Carlos, is the language of Pia, the preferred language of Pia, English, or can she? Many of our clients speak Portuguese or Spanish or Italian. Is AI and Pia specifically your product English only based, or can she, if I can call her she, speak other languages? How does that work?
Actually, that's also one of the advantages of using artificial intelligence for these purposes, because it's completely multilingual and it can be programmed and trained in different languages. So again, if you have a butler or let's say a service representative in a hotel, maybe they're bilingual, maybe they know 3 languages, and probably that's it.
That's it.
Yeah. But with artificial intelligence, what we can do is that we can receive the input of information and needs and requests by the clients in their own language. And then the artificial intelligence can also reply in the different languages of the client. So it is absolutely multilingual. And that's one of the beauties that we have using AI.
That's incredible. Okay, we're running out of time, actually. So just to close our conversation, what's next for Sintel Research USA? And where can our friends from Matrix and the community at large find you guys?
Okay, yes, of course. So, well, you can find us in the internet, and if you go to www.sintelusa.com, you will see our webpage, and there we have all of our contacts. And what's next? Well, we're actually growing and expanding our capabilities as we discussed, because all companies and for all your clients in Matrix, we need to continuously innovate nowadays in this ever changing panorama. So I would say those are some of the key aims of growth and innovation for Sintel Research.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Dr. Carlos Montaña, my good friend. So for all of our friends, remember, if you want to get a hold of Sintel Research, if you are ready to jump on the wagon of AI for your business, or are just curious on how AI can give you the edge, the competitive edge, feel free to contact them. Again, it's www, and correct me if I get this wrong, www.sintelusa, SYNTELUSA.com. Okay?
That's right. That's right.
Okay, perfect.
And our email is info at sintelusa.com.
All right. Thank you so much, Carlos. As always, a pleasure to talk with you and receive your wealth of knowledge about these topics, AI in this case. And for all of our friends, thank you again for joining on our chat with Carlos of this week. Next week, we'll have another great topic. And again, if you're curious about AI and how AI can help your business succeed here in the US or anywhere around the world, no doubt, Dr. Montaña and his company, Sintel USA, is a great resource. So thank you so much again, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye now. Take care.
Thank you, Carlos.